topic that we're going to focus is fertilization and implantation. We all know that fertilization is actually a very important event in case of sexually reproducing organism, which brings about genetic recombination. So when we look about fertilization in male, there are a lot of other points that we want to highlight. What is the first important event? There are some events involved in fertilization. But it is not double fertilization, because in angiosperm it is double fertilization, which includes syngamy and the triple fusion. Here the events are quite different. The first event is arrival of sperm. Arrival of sperm. So where the sperm have to arrive at ampullary isthmic junction. The sperm have to arrive at the ampullary isthmic junction. So what is the route of pathway means? After insemination in the vagina, followed by insemination, they have to cross the birth canal, and from the birth canal they have to go to the ampullary isthmic junction. They have to reach the ampullary isthmic junction. The second important event is, and the movement is brought down by the motility provided by the mitochondria energy source to the tail. So means of tail only, they will go towards the ampullary isthmic junction. You can ask a question, it is left ovary or right ovary? Depends upon the chemical signal given by the left or the right ovary, depends on the ovulation. The second important event is arrival of sperm. Arrival of ovum. So when you look about where they have to arrive at the ampullary isthmic junction. Means the ova have to arrive at the ampullary isthmic junction. What is the route of entry? So we have the ovary. From ovary, the ovum is released. From the ovary, I'll say that egg is released, and the egg have to be collected by the fimbriae, and from fimbriae it will reach the ampullary isthmic junction. This occurs by active movement, this occurs passively by the ciliary activity. So not fimbriae, I'm so sorry, there one more is there, infundibulum, and from infundibulum they have to go for the ampullary isthmic junction. I just put AI because of lack of space. After this, an important reaction occurs. Now the sperm and egg have reached simultaneously. All insemination will not lead to fertilization. There must be synchronicity in the arrival of the sperm and release of ovum or egg, or arrival of egg. That's what I can give. So the egg have to be simultaneously transported to the ampullary isthmic junction or AI junction. The third important point which I want to highlight here is, after arrival of these two, there is a chemical dialogue between the sperm and the egg, that is called as acrosomal reaction. Acrosomal reaction. That means the head of a sperm has an acrosome. The acrosome have lot of enzyme, and among them the predominant enzyme is hyaluronidase enzyme. Along with that, they have an enzyme called as corona radiata digesting enzyme, zona pellucida digesting enzymes. So in the acrosomal reaction, what will occur means the enzyme secretion of acrosome will corrode the corona radiata, then it goes to the zona pellucida. From zona pellucida, it goes to the vitelline membrane. Among them, the first sperm which touches the zona pellucida, then what will occur means there will be an important mechanism called as membrane block mechanism. What is membrane block mechanism? You will learn in your graduation. Now it's the right time to introduce what is membrane block mechanism. When the corona radiata is digested and the first sperm which touches the zona pellucida, it induces a membrane block mechanism which changes the dimensions of the corona radiata, so they will form a hard cementic material. So additional entry of sperm can be prevented. Therefore, it will prevent polyspermy. It will prevent polyspermy. Polyspermy is completely prevented. Since polyspermy is prevented, only one sperm can enter into the egg, not more than one. After this, an important thing is there. Once the sperm enters the egg ooplasm, that means there is a completion of meiotic division number 2 by secondary oocyte. Once the secondary oocyte division is completed, now it becomes ooted, and afterwards it transforms to ovum only at the time of fertilization. So the fifth important event will be amphimixis. The fifth important event is amphimixis. People call as karyogamy. That means the nucleus of the male and the nucleus of the female will join together. As a result, the two different genes of the male and the females are combined, leads to a new genetic combination. Any doubt in the process of fertilization or important events involved in fertilization? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. After this, the sixth important event during this amphimixis, what will be the sixth important event? The sixth important event will be sex determination. The sixth important event is sex determination. So the next topic we're going to have is the sex determination. In order to have a sex determination, karyogamy is very important. Therefore, when you take about the sperm, we'll take sperm here and we'll take the ovum here. Sperm and ovum combine together to give you the zygote. And the sperm is haploid, ovum is haploid, and zygote becomes diploid. So, what is the first cases? Case number 1. If the sperms carry 22 autosome plus Y. The sperms carry 22 autosome plus Y is there in the spermatozoa. Fertilizing an ovum with the 22 autosome plus X. It is there in the egg. Results in the formation of a zygote, and the plody of zygote is 44 pair of autosome plus 1 pair of sex chromosome. The karyotype becomes 44, 45, 46, 46, XY. It results in male progeny. That means the sperm carrying Y fertilizes with an egg to give rise to a gives rise to a male. So what is this 47, XY means? This is called as karyotype. How to draw the karyotype? 44 pair of autosome plus 1 pair of sex chromosome. 44, 45, 46. So 46 comma we'll put, because total number of chromosome is 46 and the sex chromosome is XY. Therefore it represents a male. What is the second case? The second case is the sperm carrying X chromosome. That is, it's an haploid, so have half the number of chromosome only. Fertilizes with an egg. When it fertilizes with an egg, it results in the formation of a diploid zygote with 44 autosome plus XX. Therefore, the condition becomes 44 autosome, 1 pair of sex chromosome, 44, 45, 46. So 46, XX results in the formation of female. So therefore we can say that the fertilizing sperm will decide the sex of the fetus. Therefore in all the cases we can say that the fertilizing sperm decides sex of fetus. In once upon a time there was a question called value based question. Always the question will be asked like this, that women are always blamed for having female child, justify. So this is a common question for 2 marks. They may ask you the sex determination. Okay, now we have got the zygote. Now what will be the fate of zygote? That is what we are going to see now. Now the next topic that we are going to have is the various stages we are going to have. So the sperm and egg have joined together, we got a diploid zygote. And zygote is universally diploid. The zygote will undergo a repeated transformation stage called cleavage. It will undergo cleavage. So what does cleavage means? It is a repeated mitotic division where the entire zygote will divide. So we are going to call it as holoblastic. But division is unequal or symmetrical or asymmetrical. So holoblastic unequal division occurs. Holoblastic unequal division occurs. So zygote will transforms into morula. As a result of cleavage, the zygote will transform to a morula. What does morula means? Morula is a stage of 8 to 16 blastomeres. 8 to 16 blastomere, we are going to call it as morula. So what does the morula transforms into? The morula will transform to a next important stage called blastula. So what is blastula? Blastula is a stage from 16 to 32 blastomeres. And the blastula will transform into blastocyst. And blastocyst is nothing but it is a stage of implantation. It is a stage of implantation. Okay, how does the blastocyst looks like? It looks like a solid mass. Here there will not be any increase in the shape of a cell. Only the cell division occurs, because the two important events involved in zygote division is cell division and cell differentiation. So the cell division is unequal, so we get two important substages like this. We get two important substages like this. So I'll draw and show you how the stage looks like. It's very small and your cells will be very big, and on this we'll be having a fruity mullibar structure or a mulberry like structure like this. So this is a blastocyst. The blastocyst looks like this, where this one is called as inner cell mass. This one is called as inner cell mass. So what is present in the inner cell mass means? The inner cell mass is nothing but they are stem cells. The inner cell mass only transforms into the embryo. Okay, what is this cavity here? This cavity is called as blastocoel cavity, and we'll be having the amniotic cavity, and I'll show you afterwards. What is this layer? This layer is called as tropoblast. What does tropoblast transforms into? Tropoblast transform into a part of placenta called as chorionic villi of placenta. So it is tropoblast. So I'll just take tropoblast from here. This one is called as your trophoblast. Instead of giving here, I'll give above the embryo, so it will be easy for you to understand. The inner cell must have a stem cell which will transform into an embryo, and they have a small cavity called as blastoceal cavity, and this is called as your trophoblast. The trophoblast transforms into the chorionic villi of placenta. After implantation, what will occur? After implantation, the important stage called gastrulation or formation of 3 embryonic layer will occur, called as gastrulation. In gastrulation, what is formed means the 3 important layers are formed. What is that called as? Ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. All these are formed at gastrulation stages. After gastrulation, they go for organogenesis. After organogenesis, we will get the complete organism. And the organism comes out by means of a process called as parturition. So what is the gestation means? Right from the implantation, that is formation of blastocyst, till the formation of organism is called as your gestation, where only at the time of implantation a structure called placenta is formed. So the various transformation stages are as follows. Zygote will undergo rapid cleavage to form a morula with 18 to 16 blastomeres. These every cell are called as blastomeres. Small one is called micromeres, larger one is called as macromeres, and apart from it, when you look here, the blastula will transform to a blastocyst, the stage of implantation. The blastocyst have inner cell mass which will transform to an embryo. Surrounding that we have the trophoblast which transforms to the chorionic villi of the placenta. Then it goes for the organogenesis. For that 3 embryonic layers are formed called gastrulation, and after organogenesis a complete organism is formed. Any doubt in this, children? Any doubt in this? Okay. After this, I will teach you the next topic is placenta. So I'll stop with placenta, and tomorrow the portion will get over. Placenta. What is placenta made up of? Placenta is made up of 2 important layers. One is first one is, it is made up of chorionic villi of fetus. It is made up of chorionic villi of fetus plus endometrial tissue of maternal body. Together only is a placenta. So what is placenta? Placenta is nothing but a tissue which connects mother and the fetus. Placenta is a tissue which connects the mother and the fetus. Now, what is the main role of placenta? The first one is, it helps in the transport of oxygen to the fetus. The second is supply of nutrients. Supply of nutrients. The nutrients are supplied to the fetus by means of placenta. The next one is removal of carbon dioxide and the excretory waste. Even placenta also acts like an endocrine gland. Okay, so it acts like endocrine gland. What are the various hormones secreted by the placenta? There are 4 important hormones secreted by the placenta. First one is HPL. What does HPL stands for? Human placental lactogen. Okay. So what does HCG stands for? Human chorionic gonadotropin. HPL, human placental lactogen. HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. Along with them, they give two important hormones called as estrogen and progesterone. This is called as progesterone, or you can say progestogens. That is an or progestogens is also people used to use progestogens. So these are the various types of hormone. Human placental lactogen. What is the role of human placental lactogen? Human placental lactogen act on the mammary alveolar cells to secrete milk. There are two important hormones. One is human placental lactogen secreted by the placenta to secrete the milk. There is another important hormone which is secreted by the pituitary. What is the other hormone?
Prolactin.
Prolactin. PRL. We see it. PRL. Prolactin hormone. So prolactin hormone from the pituitary, human placental lactogen from the placenta, together they will act on the mammary alveolar cells of the mammary gland to secrete milk. The second thing is human chorionic gonadotropin. The human chorionic gonadotropin acts on yellowish color cells which is there inside the ovary. What is that called as? It is a transformed ruptured Graafian follicle.
Corpus luteum.
Corpus luteum. So human chorionic gonadotropin acts on the corpus luteum. So the corpus luteum also will persist. At the same time, they will trigger or they initiate or they will stimulate the corpus luteum to secrete too much of progestogens or progesterone. That means already corpus luteum is secreting the progesterone hormone, so endometrium thickness is maintained. To maintain further, to have a strong implantation to prevent from the abortion and other cases, the endometrium must be thick. So for that, the human chorionic gonadotropin acts on the corpus luteum to secrete progesterone. And you know what is the role of progesterone or progestogens and estrogen? Further, it will support the pregnancy. So progesterone is given by the placenta as well as by the corpus luteum, and HCG also stimulate corpus luteum to secrete more amount of progesterone. So placenta is a tissue which connects the mother and the fetus. It is made up of two important layers, chorionic villi of the fetus and endometrial tissue of the maternal body. And the role is transport of oxygen, supply of nourishment, and removal of carbon dioxide and excretory waste, and even they have endocrine gland. This endocrine gland is a 2-mark question for the board exam. The role of endocrine, every things will not be asked, but I am telling you the role also. Human placental lactogen helps the mammary alveoli to secrete the milk. Even the pituitary hormone called prolactin also induces the secretion of milk. And human chorionic gonadotropin, it will act on the corpus luteum. Already corpus luteum is secreting the progesterone. Further, human chorionic gonadotropin stimulate the corpus luteum present inside the ovary to secrete more amount of progesterone, so that the endometrial lining can be maintained. Estrogen, of course, you know, it helps to maintain the secondary sexual character, as well as it will decrease the, or estradiol or estrogen will decrease the FSH. And progesterone or progestogens, why I am saying estrogen, estradiol, they are nothing but the chemical derivative. Progesterone will support pregnancy. Progestogens will stop the or it will not trigger the LH surge. If there is no LH surge, what is the information that we can gather? There is no ovulation, because I told you that there are two healthy areas where there is no menstrual cycle. One is absence of menstrual cycle can be taken as an indicative of pregnancy. Number two, after the delivery of the fetus, First 6 months there is no menstrual cycle. That condition is called lactation amenorrhea. Because of the hormone called progestogens, they will not help the LH surge to trigger the ovulation. So it will stop the ovulation, and progesterone will help to maintain the endometrium layer. So this is all about the role of placenta. And tomorrow we have to learn about the various transformation stage. First month, second month, third month, that is first trimester, what occur. Second trimester, that is month 4 to 5 and 6, what will occur. Third trimester, month 7, 8 and 9, what will occur. So I will be giving a tabular column for it, and how the fetus will come outside, that is called fetal ejection reflex involved in parturition, followed by lactation. So tomorrow we have 2 periods. In that I will be able to complete you the further 2 topics also. And after completion of that, we have to see don't miss the classes. We have by Friday we go to see the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis, spermatogenesis, spermiogenesis, or spermatocytogenesis and spermiogenesis. The difference between spermiogenesis and spermiation, difference between male and female urethra, difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis, difference between the morula and the blastomere, and the different types of hormone regulating cells. So all this we have to see a compare and contrast, and with that only the chapter will get over. Tomorrow what is there in the syllabus will get over, and additional parts will be getting over by tomorrow, children.